them.
Yeah, just like last year, it just felt you're like walking like uphill at a steep incline, and then it was raining nonstop, and then it was muddy, and we were just like, and by the time you got to the top and you knew you were gonna get to the top, you're just like, that fucking sucked.
Yeah, that was
Like,
this wasn't a fun hike.
That was not fun. Like,
yeah.
But like, I think this year you're just like, all right, like, fuck it, let's go.
It's a bright sunny day. It's just like you got the same hill to climb.
Yeah,
but it seems like
it's a different perspective. Welcome back to Beyond the Diamond, still spring training edition. We got Josh, me, B-Dog's gonna be, actually, let's start the episode off with that. B-Dog is leaving 790.
Oh, is that official now?
Official.
Okay, we can say
it's been all week. So by the time you're watching this episode, Thursday's his last day at 790.
You can no longer say...
Actually, I'm still making the jokes. But he's actually gonna up his... we're gonna have more episodes of BTD, more content going out. Everything is full bore with Apollo with him, and but he had a hell of a run at 790, and we have a lot of allies over there. So shout out to B-Dog. He's actually, I think, finishing up some last minute stuff over there with them. So us today, spring training. It's kind of 10 days. This is kind of the point in spring training where time doesn't exist.
Yeah,
we were there.
We're in the limbo time,
and it's kind of PTSD because if you haven't been following Beyond the Diamond or Apollo, we went 3 years ago for a month to spring training.
2022. Things happened that year.
Things did happen that year. We got to go back.
Yeah,
we have to go back. But this part of spring training, the week before St. Patrick's Day, that's kind of was the lighthouse, like the thing that you saw, like okay, we just got to get there, and you're kind of seeing it. The
days get hot.
The days get long, but you know what? The Astros are playing some good baseball.
Yeah, they are.
Yesterday it was a pretty cool game to see the Astros battle back and hang a crooked number.
Altuve playing into the seventh,
just grinding innings,
staying in there to hit an RBI double.
He's looking more comfortable. It's going to be really interesting, the opposing fans to him in left field. And you got to pull the clip of me saying we have to build the Altuve wall.
Yeah.
No, I mean, we have to build the wall now. It was... We're building the wall.
Quick question here right now. Is he starting left field opening day?
Yes. Wow. I think so. I mean, if
you asked me that a week ago, I'd say no.
If it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a duck.
How many has he played second base?
Just one game so far. I mean, he's not going to forget. He's played long 3,000 games there.
Yeah, he needs to be starting. But I just think it seems like it's pointing towards him playing left field. One quick thing on Brian real quick. He told us, and you should remind him on Twitter, he told us that he was going to change his ad to be Lima Apollo.
Did he?
Yeah. Yeah, he did. Yeah,
I don't remember that.
Yeah, no, you remember that? Yeah, everybody should remind him of that. It was like 2 years ago. 3 years ago.
Oh, it's that long?
when he was like,
is that long?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just saying. I think it's time to change the branding.
Yeah.
But no, I think Altuve is going to start left field. I think it'll be, my prediction is Brendan Rodgers at second base with how he's been playing.
He's looking comfortable, 1. 2.
He's hitting rockets.
Kind of hitting some rockets. And it would be the most Astros thing to find a diamond in the rough, someone that, is a 4th overall pick, the pedigree, all this stuff, and it finally to come together in Houston. Like of all years for it to happen, it being this year as well. It's got me excited. I think that gives flexibility of Dubon playing super utility all over the place where he brings so much value.
Yeah.
The other thing too, and we're going to week 3, and it's the top of the conversation, top of camp. It's still Cam Smith, and I said on the last spot, I'm just gonna enjoy it. I see both sides, right? I see you keep him down. He's only played 55 games. Let him get some more run. Let him get comfortable. You can avoid the arbitration, you can essentially steal a year of further down the line of arbitration, You can maintain the rookie status. You could do all this. And yet he's slugging 1,000, has like a 2,000 OPS.
Yeah,
probably like
1636 OPS right now.
Batting 500.
I don't think he's gone a single game without a hit.
He's working counts. He's giving you really, really solid at bats. The moment's not too big, and I get it. It's spring training exhibition. Like over the next 2 weeks, I hope he gets run against the top dogs, the top arms. He needs to be in there. But now they're kind of tipping their hand. He's playing right field more. Why did they wait till mid camp?
Right field tomorrow.
Why did you wait to? I don't understand that.
He's DHing today, which is interesting.
If he's up, he's got to play. But this is where I'm kind of, and I text the guys this in our group chat from college ball. If Cam Smith is the one thing that is holding back your lineup going into 2025, then something was wrong in the process. Like, it shouldn't take a Cam Smith, Babe Ruth type spring training to, we can fill this hole or whatever it is.
Yeah, it should have
like
been solved.
It should have been solved before that. And granted, it almost feels like house money with the run he's on and I want him on the squad. If he's not on the squad, then I'm okay with that too. But it just feels like you were gifted a get out of free jail card essentially. But why did you commit the crime? Like, you didn't have to. Like, you could have easily shorted it up in other ways.
If he wasn't on this tear, imagine you're in the spring right now. He's not on this tear. Brandon Rogers is struggling. Dubon's struggling. McCormick's struggling. Myers is struggling. Like, what decision do you have at that point?
like
thank God he's doing well. You know, thank God Rogers is showing like he's here to play. Like, they have options, but you're right. It should have been solved.
Yeah, and look, if he's on the opening day roster, there's gonna be a ton of juice, a ton of energy around it. And I said on the last episode, you changed the perspective of everything, because opening day right now, you're gonna see 1 million number 2 jerseys, and you're gonna see 1 million number 30 jerseys, and you're gonna have a lot of fans that are not chronically online like us being like, Bregman's not playing. Tucker's not playing.
There's
Justin Verlander.
They're not paying spring training.
They're not grinding tape. like we are, and everyone watching.
And they see this as like, what am I excited about with this Astros season?
And
the guy that just traded for Walker might not even be starting opening day. Like,
but you changed the conversation, and it's the famous Don Draper line where he's like, if you don't like what's being said, change the conversation. Yeah. And Dana Brown and the team have an opportunity to do that. And I still don't know if it's right, but I'm still going to trust them, because all 3 pieces of the Tucker trade could be starting or on the opening day roster day one. Like, and one of those being your top prospect. Like, sometimes the process is wrong, but the results were right. And it's against everything I'm for, because I'm such a process guy. Results be damned, but it just feels like, hey, if you're hot, you're hot, and the table's hot, then, roll with it. And we're week 3, and he's forcing this conversation.
So who do you think is his biggest? Who are his roadblocks to making the open day roster? Is it Rogers? Is it Chaz and Myers play like that makes them kind of worry about the outfield? Is it like, who is his who is his roadblock to making it?
Well, I think it's multifaceted in the sense of, is Walker on the IL to start the season?
Yeah, that's a good point.
If Walker's on the IL, then DeZenzo and Singleton are your first baseman. You have the battle at second, so I think it's Rogers or Guillerme for that other spot. And then it kind of goes, okay, and then there's a path for Cam Smith if Walker's on the IL. Now, Walker is going to play, which I don't think so. He's not even swinging, and it is March 12th. Opening day is 13 days away.
See, it's like, why would you rush him back for opening day? The oblique thing.
Like, if he starts on the 15-day IL, so be it.
Yeah, if his first game is April 10th, 12th, or whatever, like, I'm okay. I'm okay with that. Like, that's fine.
But if he's playing, then it gets tighter, and I think Smith's the odd man out, because it's probably going to be DeZenzo over him, because why start that clock where you're going to play him.
Okay, so you think if Walker's on the opening roster, if he's playing, then Dezindo takes Smith's spot?
Yes.
I think I would agree. How's Dezindo doing?
He's kind of having great at bats, and a lot of people online are having this Dezinzo agenda, and I agree with them because he's always had the athletic build and the talent. And then last year there was some swing and miss, but we saw the pop. He goes to Puerto Rico, dominates. He's shown the flexibility that he can play first, he can play corner outfield for you. He's doing all the little things right.
Yeah.
And
333 average in spring.
And I think he's the guy that's up, and I think he's up for pretty much most of the year.
I mean, they definitely I think it's going to be, they need a strong fourth outfielder that's not Dubon. Because if you're counting it as Altuve, Myers, and McCormick are your three outfielders, which is fucking wild.
That's a wild sentence. Can you say that again? Just for everyone.
Altuve, Myers, and McCormick are your three outfielders. So if that's the case, who is your fourth guy? Which you're going to be utilizing a lot if Altuve is your left fielder, because I don't think he's going to be playing full games. I think it'll be a lot. There'll be a lot of he plays the first 7 innings in left field, and then either comes out of the game for a defensive replacement, or if you need offense, you move him to second, and you bring an offensive left fielder or something. You shift stuff around. You know, if you have to lose the DH for Jordan to go, there's going to be a lot of shifting, a lot of defensive changes this season. I think are going to happen mid-game. But anyways, your fourth outfielder has to be somebody that you trust can come in and hit and not just be a defensive guy.
Do you want to hear a take?
Sure.
So yesterday, we're recording March 12th. Yesterday, the Astros played the Mets, and I feel like the Astros and Mets have played each other 50 times this spring training.
Yes.
When we've been there, and the past years we've gone, they never play the Mets. We've never go to Port St. Lucie. I think that this was the opening day lineup. Okay. Yesterday. Altuve in center, or excuse me, Altuve in left, Paredes at third, Alvarez DH, Diaz behind the dish, Dezinzo at first, Pena at short, Rogers at second, McCormick in right, Dubon in center.
Dubon in center over Myers.
Or whatever, whoever you roll.
That's the only
there.
one that's
I think that was potentially
there
your
are
opening day
usually
lineup.
Kind of that midway point in spring where the skip wants to kind of put out at least 8 out of 9 starting lineup and just kind of have them play a game together and feel it out, because you have to test things out
for sure
as a skip as well. You want to test out that lineup and see, okay, how does his at bats flow into his at bats, and is he getting protection? How does this feel? Because you can see it on paper, but you want to try it out. I think you're onto something there.
I kind of love Jeremy Pena in the 6th spot.
I think that's his spot.
I think that's his spot. He's almost another leadoff in the middle of it.
It's kind of a reboot.
Yeah,
halfway through
this kind of protects Dezinzo if Dezinzo's in that 5 hole, protects whoever's in that 5 hole. He's put some really, really, really good at bats together. I'm trying to pull it up. I think, let me see who it was. I think Jimmy did over at Astros Future, had Jeremy's stats up.
1389 OPS, 500 batting average, 2 home runs. The 2 home runs this spring.
Jeremy has a 500
one
average.
home run all the second half of last year or whatever, right? So 2 in the spring is pretty.
Yeah, and he's
that's a good sign.
Shit out of the ball.
Yeah,
but to talk about just a budding ace and a superstar, what can Brown do for you? Plus 2,500. Hunter Brown yesterday, 6 punchies, 4 innings, 55 pitches.
His
55
sinker,
pitches.
Yeah, no, he was efficient. He was ruthless. I mean, some of those sequences,
cut
Jesus.
seat.
They were
Charlie down.
That sinker on the hands. I forget who it was for his last strikeout. He was
yeah. It was. So I've been so bullish of him. I feel vindicated. Obviously, it's only spring, but
that looked like I want to be your staff ace, Hunter Brown.
Okay, let's just throw this scenario out. Hunter does what we expect him to do. Framber does Framber things. Spencer takes that next step. Rennell is just a constant. I think Rennell's kind of like going to be your Keedy.
Okay.
Kind of your rock,
Yeah.
right? He's going to eat innings. The ERA may bounce a little
6
high
innings,
at times.
3 to 4 and runs,
But
maybe 5. But
he's going to give you those innings.
Yeah.
And then you have Hayden. Lance, who's up to 94 today. I mean, look. I don't know, Jim. I don't know. This is from Brian McTaggart. In what should be his final live BP session before getting into a game, Lance McCullers Jr. threw 30 pitches against Guillermo Short and Rogers. He struck out 2, had 3 balls put in play, walked 1, was up to 94, and felt fine. He will pitch in a Grapefruit League game, which would come as early as next Tuesday.
I mean, is he going to be on the opening roster?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think he needs this. Give him a turn down in Sugarland and
I mean, yeah, I agree. Like, I don't, and it's not like you're hurting for another starter.
But
like,
okay, so this is where I'm at. Garcia looks like he's behind him a bit. They're ranking him up.
June.
Javier behind that, and that's Javier's the hopeful wishing of all of it.
Yeah, you hope for him by the playoffs. Maybe.
But is there a scenario where Dana Brown trades Framber at the deadline for a haul of prospects because you have enough pitching?
Yeah, contract year.
You're not re-signing him. You get the value to that deadline day, and you flip him to Baltimore, to New York, whoever it is. You're gonna hopefully it's to the NL, so you don't have to avoid.
You get a stud left-handed outfield prospect.
You get a haul, and we know how drunk the prices are at the deadline,
especially for a good starter.
So now,
top line starter.
The hunted become the hunter, back to the hunted scenario.
All of a
snip,
sudden,
snap, snip, snap.
All of a sudden, your farm system is starting to look a little.
And you can overhaul while still being a contender because you have a surplus of pitching.
Yeah, I like that.
I really want to know.
We're very ahead of ourselves.
I know. I just want someone in the brain trust to reach out. Be anonymous and have that. But just tell me that's on the whiteboard. Just tell me it's just in a room that scenario is out there because. And look, I think a motivated Framber's gonna be really good this year. I know this is his last year as an Astro, but if you have a surplus of pitching, and you can get 4 guys, I mean, yeah, his asking price is gonna be insane.
That's banking on Wieseski being.
Yeah, you're getting all-time highs.
Healthy.
Yes,
and if Luis is back in June and looking healthy and good, yeah, I mean, you have basically 2 extra starters, so you can afford it. I like that.
I don't know, Jim.
I like that.
Jim, I
don't know. All right. That's getting us into a hot topic right now. Before
like the store.
Yeah, like the store. Yeah, exactly like the store. You know, a store where they sell
everything.
Everything.
It's pretty
anything you want.
Yeah, it's pretty illegal when you go in there. It's like the international waters of every mall in America.
Yeah. Well, some things have been leaked this week.
Things have been leaked,
and we're not going to show it.
No,
we have respect for
creative teams
that made that stuff, and we'll give our thoughts on it once it's actually leaked. But it does lead me to a question. As an Astros fan, do you
believe in Watergate?
Look at Frostiness mixing up in here.
What do you do?
I am not a crook.
The peace sign is, dude. That's so baller, dude. Just being forced out of the presidency, but you do the peace sign because dude, that's
just
sick.
YOLO. All right. Would you want to know, or sorry, do you like the jersey being leaked, or would you want to be surprised? Are you going out there looking for?
I'm not. Yeah, I mean, I'm viewing it as like if we were working on a project and we were doing something, I would be very frustrated that it got out. But understanding just everything could be snapped on the phone at any second and be out on the internet.
It's tough.
It's tough. Like you
and you have to make all this merchandise and have it ready without anybody seeing it. Like it's real. That's a real tough thing. And it's like, it's not like I'm mad at people that leaked it.
Yeah, I'm not
because
mad,
it's like, I get it.
Yeah.
At the same time, I'm like, kind of just ruins the shine of the moment. However you feel about the jerseys, that reveal moment I think is so fun. that I wish I didn't see it already. But then I'm also like, that curiosity bug.
Yeah.
Or if somebody posts it, I'm like,
I'm gonna look.
I'm gonna look. But like, I wish I didn't. But it's a tough conundrum there.
Wish you didn't say that. Heard that.
But
I just think from the creative side, like I just viewed it in our lens at Apollo, like it would frustrate me. I guess upset, but mainly frustrate. But also I have the wherewithal to understand that, like, especially at that level, where you're mass producing all that stuff. Someone in a back room is going to take that photo.
Yeah.
And also, like, at that point, if you know that's going to happen, I would just always have surprise drops. Like, I would just be like, just
I love the whole teaser thing they dropped. And I get trying to build up hype.
Yeah.
But I think we're past the days of being able to do that.
You can't. Yeah.
I think the hype drop thing needs to be like day before.
I mean, an hour before.
They dropped the teaser thing.
It comes out the 20th?
The 20th. They dropped it like 2.5 weeks before.
We're 8 days away. Yeah.
It's too long. You need to like.
And then you put it on everyone's radar to start looking for it.
Yeah. Just announce it earlier.
Yeah.
Just be ready. You tease it maybe the night before midnight or something, and then that day you drop it. Yeah. And then you start shipping the merchandise, and like you can prepare.
And then you can all your B-roll and all your videos you could just then flip onto the back end and slow drip it out. And I understand the slow drip.
Reach out to us. We got ideas. Like, we know what the fuck we're doing.
A little bit. We've had some trial and error.
We have a little bit.
A lot of R&D. But yeah, I'm not. I think I'm just. I don't. I can see where frustration. I'm not frustrated. I can see where frustration is on the other side, but also you have to have the wherewithal of, like,
it's
you have so many eyeballs and so many things, especially now. Then it's like
it makes it so much more impressive though when teams or brands actually get away with it.
Yeah,
it's like when you hear stories and you see things like, oh, they had it labeled like fucking like brooms or something. Like, they had like boxes labeled the opposite thing. Like, they worked on all this like cloak and dagger stuff to get it done. Like, I think that's really cool when they pull it off.
Yeah,
but it's just like, you either have to do that or you have to plan smarter and like just drop it,
or you do like the Christopher Nolan route, or like the top directors where they like leak fake scripts, or like you don't know what the actor. Like, there's 20.
That would be cool to make like 3 or 4 different versions of like mocks, and then what if this one isn't the real one?
What if you found your rat? What if we found Matt Damon and we were on DiCaprio? We just found the rat that was working with Frank Costello.
Yeah,
you like that pool?
Yeah, I like that. That was good. That was a good pool.
So maybe this is just like we're finding who the rats are.
Are you co-op?
You co-op.
All right.
But yeah. That's kind of where I just fall. We'll wait to share our opinions on the potential.
Maybe it's not real.
Maybe it's not real. Maybe
it probably is.
Maybe it's Matt Damon in his pocket texting on T9.
Yeah, maybe we just found out who the rats were. We'll see. All right.
It's probably going to be that jersey.
It's
100% probably going to be that jersey.
All right, last segment.
Okay.
I'm going to rapid fire some over-unders to you.
Okay.
And you have to just say over-under. Quick.
Over-under.
Yeah. No explaining. No thinking about it. We're going to do over-under Astros home runs. Ready?
Okay.
Altuve, 21.
Over.
Paredes, 25.
Over.
Jordan, 36.
Under.
Walker, 31.
Under.
Diaz, 21.
Over.
Pena, 18.
That's a good number. Under.
Chaz, 14.
Over.
All right. I meant to write it down as we went, but I'll just have to look at the video because I'm going to write it down and then at the end of the season,
panicked, dude. I was panicking.
I think that was pretty good.
I was panicking. Those are some good numbers.
We'll see at the end of the season if you're right.
Okay.
Well, we'll see how many. I'm going to also do it. I'm going to have Brian do it on the live. And then we can see who got the most right.
Okay.
All right.
I like that. I like that a lot. Okay.
Astros over under. I got one more for you. Got to put you right back through it. This one's probably harder. Astros over under. Pitching K's. You ready?
Okay. Over.
Valdez 171.
Over.
Brown 171.
Way over.
Blanco 158.
Under.
Arrighetti 145.
Over.
I knew it. Wisniewski 91.
Over. Damn, that's a good number. What was it?
This is all 91.
Over.
This is all Fangraphs projected. Hader 96.
Under.
Abreu 93.
Over.
Scott 65.
Under.
King 62.
Under.
Whitley 57.
Over.
All right, good job. Yeah, I think Whitley's going to be over. I think Arrighetti's going to be way over. Brown's going to be way over. That's about right to me.
Yeah, I mean,
good job.
those are good numbers. Those were
Yeah, it's all Fangraphs projections. So you let us know how many. What do you think is going to be over and under on that?
I do think that we're gonna see. I think this is the first time during this run that the regular season. Granted, if you start 5-20 again, then like this gets thrown out the window.
Yeah.
That day to day, we may have more fun than we've ever had, because when the Astros were winning, everyone was bitching and moaning.
Yep.
And when they're losing, they're bitching and moaning. But with so many unknowns, I think this team could be on the X fun meter of like
I agree.
15,
Yeah.
16.
Well,
like,
last year was so not fun because
last year just
it was
felt
just
like
disappointing because your expectations were here, and then there was injuries, there was some bullshit, there was bad calls, there was a lot of shit that kind of just brought it down. The expectations are a lot, maybe not lower. They are lower, but they're not like bad expectations, but they are. It seems like it's going to be more fun to try and exceed them.
Yeah, just like last year, just felt you were like walking like uphill at a steep incline, and then it was raining nonstop, and then it was muddy, and we were just like, and by the time you got to the top and you knew you were gonna get to the top, you're just like, well, that fucking sucked.
Yeah, that was
Like,
this
what was
wasn't
that?
a fun hike.
That was not fun. Like,
yeah.
but like I think this year you're just like, all right, like fuck it, let's go.
It's a bright sunny
Yeah,
day.
it's just
like you got the same hill to climb.
Yeah.
but it seems like
it's a different perspective.
sunny day. You got more comfortable shoes on. Maybe,
Yeah,
you know.
you're a little prepared. You're a little bit more.
That's a good.
A little bit more
You
dialed
actually
in.
have some water in your backpack. You're
A
not
little,
going to be
a little big city wings.
a little big city wings. You got a
A
burger.
little zing zang in my pack.
Yeah.
You know, just I'm ready to rock, dude. Ready
All
to
right.
roll. Wearing my Kobe Stevens on
There you
April
go.
1st.
First. Yeah, it's a good. Yeah. At the top of that hill, I will go to Big City Wings.
Yeah.
It's Wednesday, so
It
I will
is.
get me
Dude,
a
it is.
burger.
Houston's wing joint, Paul's wing joint. It is Burger Wednesday. They have the best burgers, second to none. I will put it up pound for pound. They're rolling their crawfish specials on Mondays, gridiron specials throughout the week, beer specials throughout the week, 2 for on Tuesday and Thursdays. March Madness is coming up. Literally, as we're speaking, the conference tournaments are going on, so Madness is about to start. It's the best kind of stretch of sports. We're about to enter March Madness into opening day. And then go to bigcitywings.com with their socials, find one near you. You'll probably catch us in Edo next week watching some of these games.
Yep.
And if you're not going to catch us there, you can catch us slanging some Zing and some Zang. The Bloody Mary mix, America's #1 Bloody Mary mix. The Michelada mix. The original margarita mix. The Bloody Mary ready to go, ready to drink.
With vodka.
And the Blazing Bloody Mary with vodka. You can get those at HEB. You can get those at Specs. You can get those at singzing.com. You get that at apollo.com.
What if we for a day game stream do a drinking game? Zing Zang.
We can do that. We can do that because it's perfect for your tailgating, picnics, barbecues, beach, wherever. Also, we don't have it here, but they are launching this. This is for all the pickle fans. Pause. They have a dill pickle Bloody Mary mix.
My fiance would love that.
So it's packing big dill energy made with real pickle juice.
Okay.
Really a big punch of pickle. Their words, not mine.
Yeah. I will refrain. No comment on the pickle aspect. But my fiance would love pickle shit. So
Dill pickle Bloody Mary mix.
Hell yeah.
We'll try to get some here in the studio so people can see that. But shout out to Zing Zang. Shout out to Big City Wings. And shout out to y'all. Like, subscribe, resubscribe. We will be live Friday. Come to the show at noon.
Yeah.
We'll have it rolling at noon.
Live at noon. We have a lot of things getting ready for opening day. A lot of plans in the works. Things happening. Get on the ship. It's going to be a fun year.
What are you wearing?
Don't worry about it.
Peace. Love you guys. Like that for a tease?
I know.
You like that for a tease?
I was